Hi, good afternoon. Good evening, everyone. Hi, Saiful. Good evening, uh, Professor Dr. Srabjot Kaur.
Hi,
Good
hi.
evening.
Hi,
Hi, good evening, everyone.
hello everyone.
Um,
Hello, Dr. Mohit. Hi, Saiful. Hello, Dr. Vikas.
Hello, everyone.
Right. Uh, Tarun, I think we had a word in the morning. You weren't there in the dry run, so I had a word with
right,
Saiful. I think that you're moderating the session.
correct,
So,
correct.
since we have, the area chairs of the four respective areas today, and whatever, discussion points were shared with me, I would like to, suggest that if we also provide a specific, slot, let's say a 5 minutes time for every area to explain what their, specialization is all about. So, towards
Sure,
the end, when we start with the description.
got it. So I've already had a chat with Saiful, and the way this has the flow has been designed, every person on the panel will get a chance. So I will start with introducing myself and Jindal Global Business School and Upgrad, and what this partnership is here to offer. And then
Hmm.
I will introduce you, Dr. Surabjot Kaur, and then I would invite you to then introduce the panel.
Okay.
Moving on from there, I will just generally talk about why the BBA program is essential and how it's differentiated from the marketplace, and then I will kind of pose a particular question
Okay.
to each area chair, depending on the domain that they belong to.
Okay.
Right. So let me just look at my notes to give you an example. Say a question for Dr. Victor Saha would be on marketing, right? Just something like,
The meeting is already online. I mean, is it? Sorry, I'm just interrupting. It's
no,
like
we are not allowing any guest in, right?
it's just saying it's
Yes, Tarun, we have started accepting people. I think people have already started walking in.
you start. You said it will start at 6, right? So we just in the
Yeah, it's don't allow uh,
till 6, right?
just discussing. Yeah,
And the meeting is already streaming online. YouTube. It was supposed to start at 6, right? So we'll see if you can take care of that.
Good evening, everyone, and a very warm welcome to our audience and the panelists. We will be starting shortly. We're just waiting. We will allow a couple of more minutes for the others to join, and then we will be starting very soon. So good evening, everyone. Welcome to the second edition of these Career Campus Talks, a collaborative initiative between UpGrad and Jindal Global Business School. My name is Tarun Ahuja, and I am the Director of Admissions here at UpGrad. Today, we have with us an esteemed group of panelists who will be talking you through the newly launched BBA program by Jindal Global School. And we have a we will be exploring a very exciting topic, which is fast tracking your career prospects with the Next-Gen Online BBA. Over the next hour, we will deep dive into how this program has been curated, and we will also get the opportunity to speak with the various area chairs of Jindal Global Business School that are present here with us today. Let me start off by introducing Dr. Professor Sarabjot Kaur, Assistant Professor at Jindal Global Business School. Good evening, ma'am, and a very
Good.
warm welcome to you.
Thank you so much, Sutarun.
Ma'am, at this point, I would ask you if you could just help us introduce us to the various area chairs we have present here for this talk today.
Of course. Thank you so much for the kind introduction, Mr. Tarun, and good evening, everyone who have joined from various places across the country. So, in the webinar today, we have with us the people who are heading respective specializations as a part of the BBA program. So we have the area chairs or the area heads, here with us today from four respective specializations. I'll go and I'll just introduce them one by one. So we have with us today Dr. Vikas Gupta. Dr. Vikas Gupta is an assistant professor at Jindal Global Business School, and he is from the area of finance. He's currently the area chair finance, and he comes from a rich academic background. He's done his masters from Delhi School of Economics, and he's a PhD in the area of finance, and his work is in fintech and different kind of institutional investments. uh, he is also a very notable researcher in his area. We also have with us uh, area chair marketing, that is Dr. Victor Saha. So Dr. Victor Saha is an assistant professor in the area of marketing, and he has his PhD from Birla Institute of Technology, BITS Pilani, and he works in the area of value co-creation, right? And his interest also spans in areas like consumer behavior, digital branding, sustainable consumption. We also have with us Dr. Mohit Yadav. Dr. Mohit Yadav is a professor in the area of human resource management and at Jindal Global Business School. He also has a rich blend of work experience, both from academics and industry. And he had a lot of, he has a lot of work experience, academic experience, and holds his PhD from IIT Roorkee and masters again from Delhi School of Economics. And the lastly, moving on to, we have with us Dr. Vinayak Drave, who is an associate professor and area chairperson in the discipline of operations management and supply chain. So he's also a graduate, a PhD graduate from IIT Kanpur, and he has also worked with closely with universities in Taiwan. Has a rich experience, in teaching and research. So. We have with us a rich panel, which who will be who all are here to help you all understand that what different specializations the program is offering, and how you can make the most of this program if you opt for it, and what are the different pathways in terms of career progression that you can actually envision if you are choosing one or the other specialization. Right. So we have with us all the area heads, and we would be in the webinar we'll be discussing how the specializations such as finance, marketing, human resource management, and operations management, how are they relevant in today's day and age, and how have we tailored our program to ensure that you get the most out of these specializations that can help you move ahead. Yeah, so I think that's it. So we can, I think,
Thank
start this
you.
session.
Thank you, Professor Sarabjot. To kick off today's discussion, I would like to begin with Professor Dr. Saha. So, Dr. Saha, welcome to this chat. And to begin with, my question is, in today's digital first landscape, strategies in marketing are ever evolving, right? And so my question is, how does the online MBA from Jindal Global School give the students that competitive edge to kind of navigate today's rapidly evolving landscape, particularly in terms of digital marketing?
Right. So, thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So, thank you, Mr. Tarun. Thank you for this question, and hello, everyone. So, it's a very pertinent question in today's times, right? Today, we are in the age of digital, we're in the age of AI, and everything we knew, the business models that we knew are in a way taken over, flipped over its head, right? Every organization is trying to unleash more productivity. Every organization, the rule book that we had, in a way, is now is being redefined. So now here at our school at JGBS, We just to put things in context, we are an area, just the marketing area, we have around 27 full-time faculty members. And all the faculty members, their degrees, their PhDs, and all are PhDs, and their PhDs are from the top IIMs and the top IITs of the country. We have few faculty members with degrees from abroad as well, for example, University of Melbourne. So now, and of course, many of them have rich industry experience as well. So now when we come together with our own diverse experiences and then we build the curriculum, we have that understanding of what is happening in the in industry, what are the new trends that is happening. At the same time, we also have the advantage of understanding academic research. Right, because it's academic research and corporate strategy that blends together to create that rich business insights that we know. So now when we design our curriculum, we keep at the center the very interest of the students that we are going to teach, because eventually we are preparing them to get into the job market, be it working for some other for a company, be it starting their own startups, whatever the profession that they choose. The idea is to ensure that they are well prepared. Obviously, a classroom has a disadvantage in the sense that we cannot get into the execution part of it. We'll be talking of a lot of theories, we talk of a lot of cases and problems. So at JGBS, and especially in the marketing area, what we do is we bring in a lot of cases, right? And real cases, real problems that we throw at the students. And then together we discuss how to solve these problems. So what is happening is that in the process, students develop an approach, an idea, an insight as to how to approach a problem and then solve it, right? So this is exactly, we do it in the physical space, we'll exactly be bringing that in the online space as well.
Got it. Thank you. Thank you so much for your wonderful insights, Dr. Saha. Now, consumer behavior has transformed dramatically over the recent years, right? Especially with the social media and e-commerce space, right? So could you share how this curriculum at Jindal Global Business School addresses the shifts and equips the student to better analyze the evolving consumer trends, maybe using some, analytical tools or things like that?
Right. Right. Again, a great question. So, as you're talking of consumer insights, so I'll just quickly tell you about the different electives that you're going to offer as part of a marketing specialization. So, as of this moment, we are going to offer 6 specializations, and I'll just quickly name and I'll tell you how this is going to all come together. So, one, as you rightly pointed out, consumer behavior is one of the important electives that you are obviously going to present. So, in consumer behavior, the idea is that any business, at the heart is the consumer. If we cannot understand the consumers, there is no point in doing anything that we do, right? So, and when you talk of understanding consumers, that understanding is also a very broad term. What do we actually mean by understanding consumers? When you say understanding consumers, we understand their attitudes, their behaviors, their motivations, why they buy certain things, their purchasing patterns. All of these questions are what you deal in the consumer behavior space. Now, once that is done, then now the part comes in where a business actually leverages that understanding to communicate value to the consumers, and then obviously create their value by selling their products. So in that space, we bring in digital marketing through which the communication happens. We bring in integrated marketing communication, which goes much beyond digital, because as you understand that communication is not just about digital, it's also about the physical space. We are exposed to a lot of TV ads, billboards, and a lot of those things. So how does a brand, a company tell that unified story together? So that is there. Then we talk of sales. Ultimately, sales is the center of anything that we do. How do you create brands? We have an elective on product and brand management. And then obviously we have an elective on services marketing, because services are the core of anything that we do. Now, all these electives come together, one, to understand the consumers, and then create, communicate, and deliver that value. Right. So this is how, through our curriculum, we're trying to create, and we will be attempting to teach students how to communicate and create value for the customers. Right.
Correct. Thank you. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Saha, for those valuable insights on marketing. Now, as we think about the financial aspects that underpin the marketing decisions, I would like to take this opportunity now and turn to Dr. Gupta to explore more about the financial curriculum at Jindal Global Business School. Good evening, Dr. Vikas Gupta, and welcome to this forum.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening, Tarun.
So, sir, financial literacy is, increasingly recognized as a most sought after skill set in the business world today, regardless of the domain. one does not necessarily have to be a part of the finance team to be able to know a good amount of financial understanding. So how does this BBA program equip the students to have a solid understanding of the finance domain, regardless of their specialization?
Yeah, it's like a great question. So I would like to start like these students after their like 10 plus 2, they are joining for a degree program. So they are not well versed with the basic terms generally we used in the say finance area. And when we are talking about the finance, we are talking about the money. We are talking about like how they will create the wealth for themselves. So it is not about any area specific thing. Being it you are doing like specialization in marketing, in operation, in HR, at the end you are going to earn something. So it's about managing your wealth. So that's why if you will see our electives offering also, we have specifically included one elective that is based on tax planning. Why tax planning? When the students are earning as a salaried employed or they are starting with their own startup, they have to plan it because in India the tax is around 30%, and that is like more than the profitability any company is earning nowadays. So if you will not plan it, so you will not be able to save it. If you're not able to save it, and that's the quote we say that today's saving is future's earning. So what you are going to save, that you are going to earn in the future. That's why from our area perspective, if you will see the elective offerings, we have planned in such a way that is, even if the students are not opting for that kind of particular specialization, they will gain that knowledge which is going to be very useful them, like very useful for them in the future.
And Dr. Gupta, with the ever evolving financial landscape, fintech and cryptocurrency, are kind of the topics of the day. So how does the curriculum incorporate these emerging trends while still covering the essential financial principles?
Yeah, you can see like today's also I'm coming like after a meeting with a, you can say with a Paytm, and we are discussing something course related to the fintech only. So you can see even in our like colleges when we are having a placements, it is a bank is coming, but the role is related to the technical aspects as well. So in today's time, I always start with my class. It's not about finance, it's not about marketing. It is always about core plus analytics. So analytics is going to be there, whatever domain you will choose, and that is also happening in the finance. If you will see in today's the banks, the opening of account, the managing of account, hardly you visit your branch. So the landscape is changing. The students have to adapt to the future landscape. And how they will learn, like in our elective offering also, we have included one course which is financial analytics using R or Excel that the faculty will decide. So they will learning something related to the analytics. In our old other course module also, we are trying to add, like we are adding something related to the analytical part so that the students will be aware what the demand from the job market. So because in today's world, it's not about the fintech, it's about like any core area you name, you'll find technical aspect is going to be there. So students must be aware about the basic of coding. I always say like you should be like very good in your core theme, but you should have a basic knowledge of the analytics as well. Without that, in today's time, the growth is not possible.
Right, absolutely, absolutely. And one always must keep ever evolving and upskilling themselves, otherwise you get left behind, is what I believe. So, Dr. Gupta, we've had many students, who've come to us with the question that, look, yes, I want to start off with my education, with my foundation in finance. I want to pursue, a specialization, starting off with a BBA in finance. Uh, but then there are some of them who are looking to maybe get a CFA designation or maybe further go on to do an MBA in finance. What would you tell to such students, or like how would this program benefit those people who want to maybe pursue a CFA or an MBA in finance later on?
So if you will see the course structure of this program, you will find the subjects which they are learning as a core, be it accounting, be it financial management. You'll find the similar type of subjects are there in each professional course, you name it, like whether it's CA, CS, CFA, these courses are there. So it means whatever you are getting here, that is creating a base for you, even if you want to pursue a professional course in the future. And if you see our electives offering, that is having a course, name it, security analysis and portfolio investment. where you will be learning about the techniques, fundamental analysis, technical analysis, how to invest in the market, which is the core of a CFA. So you will be learning all these things, but not in that depth, which you will be learning in the professional course, because you can say the time the faculty is getting, the interaction which we are having with the student, but you will have a base of everything. Then, because you are doing a BBA, you are not doing a master program. First, you have to understand here you will develop that base, and that's the problem that I can see with the bachelor students nowadays. They want to become an expert without getting the foundational knowledge.
Right.
They want to learn everything in depth without having that foundational and core theory knowledge. That's why we will say the BBA is not like, we are not offering that program from that perspective. First, we want to create a solid base for all of you, and then you can choose wisely, like whether you want to go for, say, investment banking, whether you want to go for an actuarial science, whether you go to become a tax expert, then it's your choice. And then you have to go in depth, maybe in your master's, maybe by industrial experience, and then you will have that, you can say, knowledge by training or knowledge by expert.
Very rightly said, Dr. Gupta, right? Foundational knowledge is very, very important before one proceeds to kind of scale up higher and bigger designation in finance. Well, thank you so much for sharing that information with us. And as businesses increasingly focus on operational efficiency and supply chain resilience, I would like to turn towards Dr. Drave at this time to know more about the operations and management aspects of this curriculum. Good evening, Dr. Vinayak Rave, and welcome to this forum.
Good evening, Tarun. And as you have actually raised a very valid point in today's time, as we all know that all these big giants or new unicorns, they are playing on their service time, right? Or the response time in a technical term, if I call it as a response time. So operation is being a very crucial and again, a very, very, very fundamental activity for any business, right? So whatever we are seeing, right, in the upfront, there's something going on in the background, right? And that something is that we need to understand. There was a traditional thought process that whenever we talk about operations, it was only about maths. In today's
Right,
time, like we have actually broken that notion that it's not only about maths, it's the structure, it's the sequence, it's the art of even creating the business structures. So, yes, here when we see at BBA level, right, first of all, we need to understand that now the world is changing very fast, right? Whether it's Haldiram, whether it's Netflix, whether it's any QSR model, right? They
right,
are they are changing in a very, very, very fast pace, right? Even if you're talking about innovative processes, right? They are changing their processes within 1 year of time. Right.
right,
So when we see operations area here at Jindal, first of all, as an area, we always try to have an equal balance between the contemporary and traditional courses. As my colleague Vikas rightly mentioned, that you need to have the thrust, and that thrust will come from the base particular subject, fundamental subjects. So for that, we have a list of subject that deals with the fundamentals of the operation. But at the same time, whenever we are interacting with the universities or to the other like employees, because again, these students needs to go out to the market, to job, to perform, to function. So there it was always a complaint from the employers that we are not getting enough skillful people. And that's why like they are end up of hiring people where they need to spend monies, hours, right, resources to scale or enhance their skill sets. Here in Jindal, we have come up with a clear contemporary list of electives that actually empowers our student to not to only learn about the operation, but to
right,
understand the purpose of innovation in operations. Because if we talk about process innovation, if we talk about tech innovation, if we talk about structure innovation, all these has to happen so that even the older businesses also shape up and fly in this contemporary world. So here at Jindal, we try to give a perfect balance of both contemporary and traditional courses. And it's not only about the offering, it's about the pedagogies, right? The way.
sure,
So as Dr. Kaur rightly mentioned, like all our faculty members, they have got a rich experience from industry also. They are interacting with the industry on a continuous basis. And because of that, we got that thing that, okay, what industry wants actually? So if you actually see, we are offering Power BI. right? Which is something which is very relevant to the industry nowadays, right?
Right.
And then on the other hand, we are talking about operational behavior, because machines are not only machines and humans are not the machines, right? So again,
Right.
their relationship has to be understood, right, at some point of time. At similar manner, we are talking about metaverse, right? Because the whole Google is talking about metaverse. And if you go to Taiwan, if you go to China, their students are actually practicing on metaverse. So here
Right.
in our area, we are trying to build up and we are actually rolling out some of the most contemporary elective that actually helps our student to first of all position them very different from the others, because that's again a part of a personal branding that I always believe, right? And second, they build that confidence, right? So that they can even move further. If you compare our curriculum with the others, right, somewhere our curriculum is more on the practical side, right? Again, I'm not saying just by going by the names, but also the kind of a pedagogy that we are adopting, right? So be it a simulation, be it a experiential learning sessions, we'll try to give more and more experience learning rather than it to be a kind of a isolation kind of a environment where only one way interaction or teaching is happening. So this is how we try to actually imbibe that skills that is required by the industry.
Right. Very, 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 very well said, Dr. Vinayak, right? And I would at this time let our audience know that it is because of these innovations, these investments and research in pedagogy is what is responsible for bringing Jindal Global Business School in the top tier, rankings, not just here in India, but also globally, right? So like Dr. Vinayak mentioned, it is not only a lot of emphasis on theory, but also on the practical knowledge of the subject matter as well. So thank you so much for your insights, Dr. Vinayak. Uh, you know, operational supply chain very recently has become very, very data driven, right? And I mean, most business domains are, but especially now that we spoke about in you know, the evolving landscape in our country, especially with quick service startups mushrooming everywhere. What kind of data analytic tools coming from a purely operational supply chain point of view, does the Jindal Global School prepare their students for?
Right. Again, it's a very important thing to understand because we live in a world of data, right? And when we say data, voluminous data, right? So let's compare our economy with some booming economy or emerged economy. So whenever, because I've worked with some of the emerging economy there, what I've seen that when we talk about data, it's not just numbers, right? It's not about how much Python you are using or how much Excel you are actually using or how much visualization you are using. It's about that, okay, that data is there. But how you can actually procure the data, that is also an art. Because if you go by the wrong data, you'll end up by getting the wrong results. So it's like
Correct.
garbage in, garbage out. So when we
Absolutely.
thought about data, first thing we need to understand that whether we are fetching the right data or not. So when it comes to supply chain, when it comes to supply chain coordination, when it comes to analytics, the first skill or the first art we teach to our student is to get the right data. So that's the first
Right.
and that's the basis, right? Second, once we have the data, right, and our students, right, because through our curriculum, they will be aware of Python and the other languages, those relevant
Right.
languages. But then again, they end up by they end up by learning so many Python packages, but then majority of the students they get confused between okay, what kind of a packages is useful for what kind of a data. So that's where again the intervention from the faculty member or even the effort from the faculty member plays a very crucial role, that our students learn that, okay, what kind of an effort while even analyzing of the data they need to put, whether they really want to do into that depth or even they can take help of the existing data packages, right? And then the third part, when we talk about the analysis, right? Many companies, they are looking for crisp kind of analysis. The problem here, if you talk about the education, like even the primary education, when we talk about data, students learn how to drive results out of the data, but they fail to actually drive some kind of a conclusion or some kind of a result out of that data. So they always focus on the output of the data. No one was talking about outcome of the data. So here,
Correct.
when we talk about the outcome, right? So we emphasize, or our faculty members, they more emphasize on that, okay, this is the result that you have got. but how it will going to help you as a manager to take a call, because then you will not get even a fraction second to take a call. And that kind of a skill set you need to develop if you have a data, right? So this kind of a pedagogy or this kind of an approach we as an area always carry, so that our students will get well versed with the data tool and with the skill set that, okay, once they have got the result, how they can take the decision quickly. Again, that real time decision making is something which is really important. So this is how we take the approach in our area.
Got it. Thank you very much for your valuable insights as always, Dr. Vinayak. So, moving on, sustainability is no longer optional in business operations nowadays, right? So, does the curriculum kind of integrate any sort of environmental or social considerations as part of this program?
Yes, yes. So nowadays, because we are dealing with UN goals, right? And we are talking about ESG, and we all know that how ESG is
Right,
important as a
right.
company, right? Because the whole lot of investing is happening around ESG, right? Even the perception, market perception, right, is totally depending on the ESG. So we try to build the concept of ESG or the kind of a sustainability in our core courses. And
Mhm.
even we have a dedicated courses on sustainability and then agile things, because then when we talk about sustainability we also need to talk about agility. Until unless
Got
you're
it.
not talking about agility, how you can drive the sustainability. So that
Right.
component we always keep in our curriculum. Again, we try to link these particular components with some kind of a UN goals, right? Again, so just to take an example, UN SDG 9 talks about innovation, infrastructure, and industry. Right. So
Mhm.
how you can actually develop sustainability or how you can drive the sustainability through the activities, operational activities. So we'll actually fetch that essence or we'll develop that kind of a background through our courses. So
Got it.
sustainability is not the option, but it's something which goes in the core of operations nowadays.
Got it. Well, thank you once again, Dr. Trave, for those interesting insights on business operations. They say the heart of every business are its people, right? And on that note, I would take the opportunity to you know move on to Dr. Yadav and ask him about more about the human resource curriculum about for Jindal Global School. So, good evening, Dr. Mohit Yadav, and welcome to this forum. Sir, you're not audible.
Audible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, you are. Thank you, sir. Good evening.
Good evening to you too, Tarun. Okay.
So, sir, my question to you is that in the recent times, right, remote and hybrid work arrangements have completely transformed the workplace, as we know, right? So, how does this program kind of prepare students to navigate these ever-evolving new work environments, both as employees and then future managers?
Great question, sir. So before I start talking about the challenges and your question,
I'm sorry, Dr. Yadav, your voice, you're not very audible. So if you can
yeah,
increase the
I'll
volume.
be a bit louder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. Perfect.
Okay. So, as you rightly said that the landscape is changing, and as the change is happening in the business output, the change also need to be bringing in the input. And the most important and the most efficient input is the human resource. So when you're talking about changing changes in the kind of workplace, that online and the different kinds of setups, work arrangements are happening nowadays because of gig economy and all, right? So with that, we at Jindal also try to bring in the changes in our curriculum. So by although they are the names of electives remains the same, but then how we look at them keeps on changing. Like if you talk about one of the elective of training and development, right? Historically, we have been teaching our students how to do training offline, but then now, with the change in the kind of work setup, we teach our students how to train different kind of gig workers and different kind of participants, workforce participants through online, through metaverse, and different remote channels also. Because end of the day, we need to get our output, and then we also need to keep our employees happy and healthy. So what works, what do not works, and how to keep our employees motivated. In although the mode of communication may change, it can move from offline to online, but then the heart and the objective remains the same. That is well-being of the employees, right?
Got it.
From the point of view of both employer and as well as employees, it is really important because we need to deal with people irrespective of the kind of work we are doing, whether it
Right.
is we are into any business. End of the day, we will be needing people to work together so that to attain the output, right? So in the long run as well as in short run, how to keep a track of our employees' performance, monitor changes, and then help them to navigate the challenges they are happening or they are going through on daily basis, right? And make them more motivated and able to even face the strategic challenges in the tomorrow scenario. So this is what we are
Right.
trying to achieve through our core as well as our elective subjects. So we have
Right.
a basket of elective subjects, right? Talking about our green topics like performance management, training and development, and leadership. And with that, we also have included subjects like diversity and inclusion management, talent management, to keep
Got it.
abreast of the changes in what is happening in the like real life scenarios. And with the change in kind of diversity groups coming and inclusion is happening in our workplaces, how to get more out of every diversity group, how to create more inclusive workplaces, how to make employees as individual and as a group more inclusive,
Got it.
and then end of the day, to get what the company and what the employees collectively wants from each other. That is the
Got it.
entire objective of our over the electives coming together, right? And as all the other area chairs also mentioned that we have faculty members from different backgrounds coming from India and abroad also, and from industry and from academia, from IITs, from IIMs. So, and then every year we keep on bringing fresh blood in our teaching cohorts, so that we also keep abreast with what is happening, because the faculties who are bringing coming on every semester we are having different semester, so they are bringing with them the new and innovative ideas, along with the new and more uh, comprehensive and more contemporary topics of research, and then the same they are bringing in their teachings as well. So this is one of the most important USBs of Jindal, that we keep on bringing fresh blood in terms of our faculty members. So
Right.
just enrich the teaching pedagogy.
Right, right. Very, very interesting points, Dr. Yadav. Dr. Yadav, we spoke about diversity and inclusion. We spoke about ensuring that the employees are happy. Uh, in order for someone to achieve that, a leader to achieve that, right? So emotional intelligence and leaderships are increasingly becoming the most sought after skills by employers. So if you could just elaborate more on how these soft skills are developed through this BBA curriculum.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, the leadership is one of the electives of ours, and as I already said that soft skills in terms of people management, leadership is one of the most important ones. And it is not only helps the individual to understand where he or she is as an individual, but then also at a intra and interpersonal level, how he or she can improve and communicate what he or she wants from himself or herself and from the team members along. So there are different modes of communication. What mode of communication works best for an individual, that depends upon person to person. So through our
Got it.
program, and especially our elective programs, we try to bring in and help the students individually, that where they individually excel and what mode of leadership style work from for them better. So we have entire baskets of inventories and simulations through which the students can understand where they are right now and what kind of leadership style suits with them, with their background, with their understanding, their interpretation, their emotional quotient, right? Together as a whole, what kind of personality they are, and then what kind of leadership style they need to adapt to be more communicative, to be more agile, and to be a better leader and a better person, right? So in that way, we help our students to become better leaders individually, right, rather than like as a group overall. So which is
Right.
like USB of our program, because we focus upon individuals, and then all the inventories we use at first level try to gauge how the individual leadership style is happening, and then we move to the higher kind of learning and leadership styles.
Right. Right. Well, thank you so much for that, Dr. Yadav. I want to know that if you could share some examples of how organizational behavior theories are connected to practical, workplace scenarios in the curriculum. If you could just talk a little bit more about that.
Yes. So mostly our OB and HR theories comes from psychology and social psychology, right? The social work, and then need to we like as most of the management subjects also. But then the direct implication is how the people work individually and as a group in the organization. So uh, we also not only focuses upon what how to bring in people together, right, as a group, but then we also try to nurture and as a individual, how if there is a friction between individuals at individual level and then organizational and group level, how to bridge those gaps automatically and through organizational intervention. So we have subjects of organizational change, organizational management, and then there are a lot of theories, lot of simulations, and lot of concepts through which we try to help our students to understand that if the need comes, how they can intervene and help collectively their team members to bridge those gaps together, right? And which can be used not only in organization but at personal level also. So OB and HRM subjects not only helps an individual to grow at an organizational level, but an individual and personal level also. So you can use the same kind of concepts of psychology which are used in organizational behavior at the personal level and at interpersonal level as well. So you can, by learning these theories and concepts, you can not only become better leader, but a better individual also.
Got it. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Yadav, for your valuable insights on the human aspect of business and education. And thank you to all our panelists for sharing their expertise in their area of specialization. This conversation kind of makes it quite evident that General Global Business School takes a holistic view at grooming the learners to be able to better equip in today's ever-evolving business space. Thank you so much all for your wonderful insights. At this point, I would like to open up the discussion for a question and answer session, and I would at this time invite our attendees to use the Q&A feature and feel free to go ahead and ask any questions that you may have to the esteemed panelists that we have with us today. Saiful, can you open the Q&A forum, please?
Hi, Tarun. Tarun, the
Yeah.
Q&A forum is open for everyone.
So folks, any questions, queries that you may have regarding the BBA program at Jindal Global Business School, now is the time for you to go ahead and ask your questions. So please feel free to drop your questions in the Q&A section.
So Tarun, we have a question from one of the participants, Bipasha. She wants to
Yes.
understand more about the course in online mode and how to, how to attend the exam process.
Uh, Professor Sarabjot, may I ask you to address this question, please?
Of course. Hi, Bipasha. I hope you can hear me. And I have also read your question. It was posted in the chat. Talks about course structure and exam process. So let me just take it one by one. Regarding the course structure, the entire course is divided into 3 years. It's a 3-year course, and every year you have 4 terms. So there will be 12 terms in all, right? So every year you have got 4 terms. So the one term spans something like 3 months, and that's how term by term. So you graduate from one term, you go to the next, and henceforth, that's how it works. Uh, Regarding the course structure with respect to the courses, exactly what subjects that you will be studying. As this webinar has also, we have touched upon the areas that we will be having our courses from. So there will be a mix of core courses and elective courses. So in the first 2 years of your program, which spans term 1 till term 8, you will be doing specific core courses, which are kind of like compulsory courses from a different area. So there will be a mix of courses from strategy, HR, finance, operations, all those courses which are fundamental, foundational in nature. And then towards the end, when you enter your final year, that is starting from term 9 till term 12, you have an option of choosing your specialization. So that specialization can be like, you can opt for either like a single specialization or a dual specialization or no specialization at all as well. I mean, that's also an option if you want to take it. So based on that, the number of electives that you would be taking from different areas, that will be decided. So if it's a dual, so then half of electives would be from one area and half from the other. And if it is a single specialization, depending on what you take, you'll have the entire bouquet coming from one area. Right. Regarding the examination process, see, the entire the structure is based on two set of assessments. Every course would be carrying an internal component and an external component. So internal component is the internal assessments that we have, right, that will be done on the learning management systems. So 50% of the course is internal assessments. You'll have like 25% plus 25%. That's how the structure works. And then you have 50% of the assessment that goes as an external part, right? So this is how the examination process basically is structured. So based on what you study as a part of your course in terms of the recorded content, in terms of also, I would also like take this opportunity to also enlighten you on how the course would be delivered. So as you know that if you will be enrolling through upgrad, so you will be having an access to the course, which includes course recordings. So you have a lot of recorded content available to you, which you will be referring to along with the readings and other references. Plus there is a provision of having live sessions, right? So you will be taking, we will be conducting, because it's a 3 months term, so every month there is a 2-hour long live session being conducted from the faculty members from JGBS from that area for that particular course. All right, so wherein they will be taking up a specific topic, they will be summarizing a specific module, and of course they will be there for uh, handling any questions or queries or doubts that you might have so far. And every month this happens for that one term, right? So this thing continues for every term. Along with that, we also have a provision of open office hours. So if you still have doubts and you still want to get connected with one of the faculty members who is teaching that, the ones who are teaching that particular course for you right at that moment, so you can connect with them over the open office hours. And so that's how it works in terms of delivery. And the examination, I've already told you, it's a 50-50% internal and external component, right? Yeah, so I think that should pretty much answer about the course structure and the process. Yeah, Saiful, I think we can move to the next question if we have.
Yeah. Uh,
So we have,
Hello.
yes, yeah, Saiful, I'll
So
take it. So we
sorry.
have a question from Rudrajot, who wants to know the merits of doing this program online, and how different is it from a traditional offline program?
Okay, all right. So does it provide the same values and same knowledge? All right. Hi, Rudrajot. Good evening and welcome to the webinar. Thanks for your question. I think it's a very pertinent one to address at this point. See, when we talk about anything which is a degree like BBA, which is online, so it has its own relative merits as compared to a traditional offline physical course that you will be doing at an university. So each one has its own merit. So let's just first talk about what we would be offering if you are taking this course. The number one thing that BBA in an online mode offers you is the flexibility to do complete your education, to pursue another option of a specific specialization at your own pace, at your own time. So that is the flexibility that we're offering. In terms of the course content that you were asking about, the knowledge, that are we going to get the same knowledge? Yes, of course. There care has been taken to ensure that there is parity between the course content delivery and all other things as far as it could be possible for the offline and the online content. So I would really also take this as an opportunity to also inform everyone, like in the in the attendees section, that whatever we are offering in terms of courses in BBA online programs is in parity with what we're offering in the offline program as well. Just because the mode is different, so yes, you will have an access to recorded content, but we still have a lot of you have the opportunity to engage with the faculty members over live sessions, and all the full-time JGBS faculty members are there, who will help you address your questions, and solve your doubts, and you can reach out to them for further understanding about the subject, for any further references, any further readings, depending upon what interest you have about that. So all that is still available, and at that too, at your convenience and at your flexibility. So so that's what is the core of doing this program, which is online. And of course, this course, since you are getting this from JGPS, it's equally prestigious, it's equally recognized as other things. So yes, of course, in the traditional mode, I think it will be more interactive, but in the online mode, you still have that opportunity, when you are interacting with the faculty members. So in terms of the course structure, in terms of basically the courses that you are undergoing, in terms of the kind of knowledge that you would be imparted, it's in parity with what you have in a traditional course. But yes, in certain ways, in terms of because we are in different mode of doing that, that's online. So yes, in terms of assessments or in terms of interaction, so we have certain specific slots available for it, and I think you can make a good use of that, and that will be helpful, right?
Right.
Okay. So, so I think, so Rudra, you're talking about family business programs. We currently are not offering exactly a family business program as a specialization per se, but yes, we do have courses on entrepreneurship as a part of the core course structure, right? And other courses which talk about innovation, entrepreneurship, design, and all of that, which touch upon the aspects of small business and entrepreneurship. uh, Going forward, we can we are in consideration that maybe we'll be offering something relating to strategy, but right now we don't have anything which is exactly or touching that family business specialization exactly. But yes, we do have courses regarding that area.
Thank you, Dr. Surabjot, for that. Uh, Folks, this is the opportunity for you to reach out and ask our esteemed panelist any questions that you may have. Um, we are short of time, and we will be concluding this session in the next 5 minutes. So this is the opportunity for you to please go ahead and type in your questions in the Q&A forum.
All right. Tarun, would you like to take me the one that is there in the chat? So it talks about teaching hours in Q&A sessions. You're talking about with the faculty, Rudra? So if I could understand your question well, I think we're talking about teaching hours. So regarding the content, you already have an access to recorded content that is available on the Upgrade platform. Regarding the live sessions, as I've already discussed, we have a live session every month that is a 2 hours live session, which includes the teaching and content delivery by the faculty member. Who is a full-time JGB's faculty member, and of course the instructor, the faculty member, would be available to take up your questions, your doubts, and any further queries that you have regarding the course. So that is the one slot in which you can raise your questions and get your doubts resolved. You also have a provision of open office hours. The timings for the open office hours would be communicated at the start of the term, wherein you can basically connect online via a Teams room, and you can get your questions and queries solved. So that's regarding the Q&A sessions and how you can interact with the faculty members.
Right.
Regarding the classes, I think as we've discussed, we have the course is available, the content is available online, and it is also complemented and supplemented by live sessions, the details of which we've already discussed.
So just to add on to Dr. Sarabjot's point, Rudrajot, the way the program is being structured is that you will have pre-recorded course content that you will be able to access on your learning platform once you enroll for the program. And then it is up to you, depending on how your schedule looks like, to maybe take 2 hours a day or 3 hours a day to be able to view those pre-recorded lectures, right? And to then further supplement your learning, as Dr. Surabjot mentioned, you will also be having some live sessions that will be conducted live by the JGBS faculty online on regular intervals, and the student support team will reach out to you in advance and block your calendar and let you know much in advance before these live lectures are hosted. I hope that answers your question. I would like to take the opportunity to let our audience know that we are running a special early bird discount for anyone who enrolls for this program in the coming week. So please do visit the website that I will be leaving the link for in the chat window, and drop your information, and our team of expert admission counselors will reach out to you shortly and speak to you more about the program.
Safil, do we have any further questions?
No, Professor Sarabjot, I think we can probably.
All right.
Yes.
So as we come to the close of today's session, I would like to thank our distinguished panelists, Dr. Saha, Dr. Gupta, Dr. Drabe, Dr. Yadav, and Dr. Srabjot Kaur. Thank you very much for sharing your valuable insights on the JGBS Innovative Online BBA program. We will continue to be having further conversations on similar forums in the near future. Till then, if you have any further queries, as mentioned, please do reach out to us, and we will have our team of expert admission counselors reach out to you and speak to you regarding your queries. Thank you once again, everyone, and have a wonderful evening. Goodbye.
Thank you, Tarun.
Thank you.
Much
Thank
for
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.